Today we're going to be installing a spring gate system to hold in cattle and sheep. So I've got my spring, I've got my handle. I'm going to incorporate 3 of those into the gate system. And also I've got my timeless A-frame brace kits. So you need 2 of those. G'day guys, Jason here from the Udder Farm. We're actually on the Udder Farm property today. As you can see, it's a beautiful winter's morning. The fogs are starting to lift. The birds are chirping. The cows have risen and the sun's on the rise. So, like I mentioned, we're going to incorporate the spring gate system here today, and it's going to go right there. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. So there you have it. There's one brace kit for one side. Timeless make it real easy. It comes in one package or shrink wrap and all instructions. So all your bolts, nuts, washers and instructions are in there. It's like a big Lego set for kids really. It comes with your 2 braces. One brace, that's a tie-in. So when your 45 goes down to your vertical, that ties it into the vertical and 45. It'll come clear when you see me install it. So one little check you'll need to do before you start concreting this post in is make sure you've got the right H post out of the brace kit. So there's 2 in there. You want the one with both square edges on the ends, both cut square, because the other one has got a 45-degree angle cut in it. And that comes into play on this brace, on this tie. The 45 slots into here. So make sure you've got the one with both square ends cut on it. And also when you're concreting them in, make sure the holes in the H-post are facing the way of the brace, because Timeless pre-drill all their holes for their brace kits. Like I said, it's like a Meccano or a Lego set. You just bolt them together. So there's 2 holes. There's one at the top for the brace to tie in and one across here for the support brace or intermediate brace across the bottom. So make sure those holes are facing the direction of the brace. When it comes to the amount of concrete you need around the post, Timeless recommend 1 80-pound bag around each post. So 80 pound converts to 35 kilos here in Australia. The biggest bag I can get is 30 kilos. So I use a 30-kilo bag around the post and then I backfill it with the soil once that's into the top. So I know you can get 20-kilo bags, so make sure you don't put a 20-kilo in because that won't be suffice. You want to at least go 1.5 20-kilo bags, make it that 30 kilos. I know it's still 5 kilos short, or you can go 1 3/4 bags. 2 bags, 2 20 kilos is a bit of overkill. You can go 1 3/4. I'm just going with 1 30-kilo bag on each post, and I haven't had an issue with the ones I've strained. But like I mentioned, Timeless recommend 80 pounds, 35 kilos. So I'm going a little bit under, but that's on my back. One thing I forgot to mention, the depth of these posts. It's pretty easily. There's a stick on the back of each post. It says buried to top a hole. So I know they've gone away from the stickers now, and they've got a label machine that rolls it on in ink. Same thing though. You just bury it to the top of the label. It may not say buried to top of label on the new roll-on inks. I've noticed a few here new products I've got, but just to the top of that label. Whilst this post is setting off, we'll drill these holes now for the 45-degree brace. I've cleared out that brace hole now. I'll bring you in and have a look. So that's sitting perfectly flush up there and at 45-degree angle. So that brace goes in 45 like I mentioned. And that's the trench. If you're wondering on how far those holes are out that I just dug, the furthest one out is 1600 millimeters or 5'3" from your post. And this point here where it goes into the ground is 800 or 2'7". So what I did is I found the midway between this 800 and the 1600, and I went right down in the middle of the hole. So those hole depth, the one on the end at 1600 or 5'3", go down 600 or 2 foot. And then the one that sits between, obviously in a 45-degree angle, you go straight down a foot or 300. And then I just, as you see me, I cleared it with the crowbar and post hole shovel. So what I'll do now, guys, is I'll grab these bolts and braces and I'll get it all in place, bolt it together, and I'll come back and I'll give you a look. So there we have it. She's all bolted together. All the braces and cross braces are on. All we need to do now is put a bag of cement down that hole, a 30-kilo bag, or as Timeless recommend, an 80-pound bag, and then we're done. And then we can crack on with the other one. So if you're wondering, in here, if you can't get them square, I run through the whole procedure on what to do in another video I presented for installing a New Zealander A-frame corner. Jump back at that one and I'll go through the whole installation in depth. So you've got this video and that video, and between both of them you'll know exactly how to install the A-frame braces or the corners correctly. We'll give it time for that post-mix concrete around those posts to set before we back ram that dirt in. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set up for my second brace. The distance I'm using, I've got some 4.2 metre gates here, some metal gates. I know I'm using spring gates here, 3 spring gates, but if I ever want to, down the track, replace it with 6-bar metal gates, because I've got some spare in the shed, I want to be able to take the spring off and then put some hinges on and then hang a metal gate. But I don't know why I'd want to, but I just prefer to have it that distance just in case I've got a choice down the track. And the reason why I'm making it so wide is I may want to get excavator down here to do some work on in the creek in the future. So I don't want to make it too small that I can't get an excavator or a truck in. What are you doing, buddy? Want a drink? Go to sleep. The water's there. Water. Yeah. Check out the size of those custard apples. They're massive. They're from the trial property. The tree's probably, I'd say, probably 5-year-old now. Beautiful sweet fruit. I picked the biggest one for myself because I'm working hard today. I don't think Nicole's working as hard as me, so she'll have the small one when she gets home. So timers recommend these holes be a minimum of 30 inches deep. Tell you what, didn't realise 30 inches was so deep. Reckon I'm halfway through to the timeless office there. You there, Mike? Mike, he's the guru of timeless fencing. He does all their videos on YouTube and all the installations. I reckon he could probably just about hear me. I'll pop over for a visit one day, mate. Oh well, enough tomfoolery, we'll get back into it. So I've only drilled the hole for this post at the moment. What I'm trying to do, or what I have done, is got the angle. So this is a mower strip I've already mowed, and this determines where I want my fence. So all I'm doing now is on this H section, there's 2 square 90-degree sections inside here. I just put my spirit level on, get them flush so they're 90 degrees to the H, and all I'm doing is running down the spirit level then and looking for the corner, and that gives me direction for where I want that brace to come off, so it's not off when you're straining, otherwise you're going to put pressure on the brace. So I've lined that up now with the corner I want to go, and that's probably it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to concrete this hole, and while that's setting I can do the other 2 holes. So that didn't take long at all. It's the digging and the preparation that takes a while. That cutting that 45 out, just shaving that off to get the correct depth probably takes the longest. But once you do a few, you get faster and faster at it. We'll go ahead and we'll ram this dirt back into these holes. The braces have been here overnight, so the concrete will be well and truly set by now. I find when I'm ramming the holes, you probably only want to put 6 inches of soil in at one time. Otherwise too much and you won't get a good ram. It won't be compact enough and you end up with a load of soil left over. One brace down, one to go. That's it. Both braces have been rammed back in with dirt. It's only a little bit raised, probably 6 inches above. This was thick clay, so went hard overnight and it was hard to ram back in, but that 6 inches over time will just sink back into the ground and it should end up flush. Come off this one. There we have it, the completion of our spring gate system with the incorporated 2 New Zealand A-frame braces. The only thing left to do now is I've got to wire this, and I'll show you in a separate video how I wire it so we can hook this spring onto the system. I've got Nicole giving me a hand because we tried it out before this morning before we done this video. And I had it sitting over there on a nut and Nicole was a metre away from it, looking real impressed, and then the handle took off because it come off the nut and nearly took her head off.
So now I get to be the nut.
Yeah, so I thought I'd better incorporate her in this video. So anyway, have a good morning, have a terrific afternoon and an awesome evening guys, wherever you're watching this from, and we'll catch you later. Is your life insurance up to date?